Everyone, Frogman from the future, just letting you guys know that this video was recorded roughly about 6 hours or 8 hours, I forget. I got up way early in the morning right before I needed to go to work and did what I needed to do to get this video going because I didn't know when they were planning on setting up the update. We're going to be doing a whole lot of Long Dark this week because of the fact that, well, we had an update. So I'm just letting you guys know that this particular video will be done prior to the update, and well, anything else should be afterwards. And yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun this week. I'm probably gonna do at least two or three more, maybe. We'll see after this. So continue and enjoy. Thank you guys for watching. Ah, wakey, wakey, Astrid. We have things we need to get done. We have some stuff we need to go cook, and possibly an update very, very shortly. Hello, everybody. This is Frogman. Welcome back to the Long Dark and our Tales from the Far Territory character that is probably getting ready to go right back to the depot in the Far Territory because, well, it's that time of year. It is I'm currently recording this probably on the day of or the week of the update, giving the fact of what we're seeing from RAF, which is kind of silly, but it is what it is, so we'll find out. Today what we need to do, well, regardless of whether the update is going to hit or not, today what we need to do is we need to get our silly little Astrid back to a location where we're going to have a frying pan and go ahead and cook the last two recipes up so that we can kind of converse about them, and we might even just bring those two recipes with us when we go to the new areas. So I just want to make sure that if this is the last time I'm here in this area right now, or in this particular building, that we bring everything that is of use to us, or at least that makes sense to bring with us, like that. And I'm assuming I'm going to find things like that and anything else. So we'll put that away. Do I have any 30% torches or better? I do. We'll bring those all along. We're kind of down on all of this anyway. I'm going to drop you off, bring 4 full ones just in case. Currently expecting us to need to go do some stuff, and we're going to have to find a pry bar because that one's in pretty sorry shape, although there's probably at least one along the way. Now, I'm going to hope that that's going to be enough arrowheads for right now, because I really don't think I'm going to be worried about it at this point. So plans are for today. We're going to take a few of the fish that we have out here. We're going to have to go cook a fish regardless because I don't have any food. And we're going to go over here and see what we can do. I don't think I left food in here. Like, we kind of ran through this zone in the initial setting up of all of our transmitters and whatnot. So we're going to need to do a little bit of work playing around with some stuff. So we'll see how this all goes. I'm going to hope, again, 12 arrows is enough. If not, well, we'll see what happens. I'm expecting this to be as the way that it always usually is when you get a new zone and the age of your character. So we're probably going to not get to see everything because this one's 153 days. But we'll see. 153 days versus like 500. There may still be food and things laying around that are going to be usable, but who knows? We'll see. We're going to go over here. We're going to light a fire, and we're going to cook a few of these fish up just so that we have some food in us. And then we're going to walk our way straight out to the dam with 3 fish on us, which is going to suck. This is that point when I wish I could cut up maybe one of these cohos because they're huge. But we'll find out how much fun this is going to be. I don't think I'm going to have enough weight carrying capacity to do this, but we just need a couple of little pieces. This would be a nice point, like say, where I could sit down and portion certain things out. And kind of looking at some of the way this whole cooking mess works anyway, we'll have to see how some of this goes as we move forward. So I want to make sure I don't cook the lightest one. That's the lightest one. There's some pretty big fish laying right here. How big is that one? Okay, still good enough. And then we just need a little one of these. I'll have to sort through all of those. Let's just that's gonna get this wolf's interest in me up, but we'll just stop here. Whichever one is the lightest one, we'll be keeping it. That one should be just enough fish to do the work. So we'll bring you over here. We'll bring those fish with us, and then I'm going to go ahead and light a fire up and start getting this going. Go ahead, use some lamp oil. We've got a bunch. Put a piece of coal on that. And she's really hungry. How much is in that one? Not much. We'll cook you. And drink some water while you're at it. So yes, it's either going to be today or this week. I don't know. We'll find out. I've been kind of trying to hold off recording until I knew what was going to happen with the game. So we're going to kind of find out what their plans are. Hopefully, it's not going to be too crazy. But there we go. Nice full belly. Ate all of it. Good deal. Nice, nice, nice. Dang it. I don't really want to leave an hour fire here. Why don't you just burn a little bit of stuff here? I'm going to put these guys down, cook a few of these fish up in case I ever need to come back. And then we're going to be eating that pie. Alright, that should be good to go for later. And I don't think anything else is going to take 25 minutes. We'll just pull torches, or we'll take a torch and go. So I want to eat that thing, which is why I left it over here. So now I have unburdened. We're going to drink as much water as we can. We'll leave most of it behind. And then we're going to take a walk from here through coastal with that. Am I light? Oh, hey, I got... Alright, well, we're going to bring those fish with us and all of this stuff. I know it's kind of stupid, but we're going to just head. Now, I should be able to get out of here without getting eaten, unless every wolf in the world decides to come follow us. So we'll just kind of have a conversation as to what's going on. I probably should kick the thing open. Alright. We'll just kind of walk this out for a little bit, maybe have a discussion as to what's going to go on with this update. There's going to be some things that I think we're going to have a problem with a somewhat kind of a late game way of playing, and I think it's going to be a kind of an interesting thing that they're going to be introducing to us, especially with the new conditions that they've talked about. Those of you that don't know, I will go ahead and probably drop the link to the devlog in the description so that you guys can see exactly what the heck the actual plans are, at least what they gave us, for what they're telling us without telling us the secrets. I think the biggest deal for me especially is that we're going to get a sled finally. We're going to get the travois, which, you know, as a person that's been doing things most of their lives, you know, I grew up on a farm. I'm a mechanic. I'm a kind of just a person that can build stuff out of just about anything. You know, I kind of grew up with that kind of a family, I guess, that if we didn't have it, we made it, you know, because it was one of those deals. The nearest grocery store was a 30-minute drive, and, well, should say 30-minute drive. The nearest good grocery store, the one you can, you know, you could buy all of the things you needed in one place, was a 30-minute drive. So we learned to, you know, grow our own foods and do our own vegetables and things like that, and trade with our neighbors for various stuff. You know, I was a dryland crop farmer for the majority of my young life, and still am quite capable of doing the work. It's just not profitable anymore. So when you talk about stuff like what they're going to do here, just giving us a travois, which is kind of silly, there's car hoods all over this game. And back when I was in, you know, a little kid playing around in the world doing stupid crap when the snow would fall, me and my buddies would strap a car hood behind a four-wheeler or a snowmobile and then ride the car hood. And that car hood drug really, really, really well. Granted, yes, it was pretty heavy, but, you know, you could drag it wherever you wanted to. There's millions and millions of ways of making sleds, and they're going to give us a travois made out of a stick that's not tall enough to make it work. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it all goes. I've looked at the pictures. I'm excited for it. I'm not going to lie. I'm absolutely excited for a little bit more carrying capacity, which is the reasoning why I'm very excited for these, the pies that give us more carrying capacity. I think that's great. I think the issue is going to be with the travois is, of course, you're not going to be able to bring them up a rope. My question is am I going to be able to goat with the thing? You know, like wander over certain areas or drag them across the, you know, a log bridge kind of a deal. That spot in between where we're going to see here probably, I don't know whether we're going to try to get it done today. I don't know. I might try to do just a time lapse of wherever we are walking from there to the depot for the beginning of next episode, so that we know, you know, not like I can fly. I mean, I guess I could load up a mod and get dev console set up so that I could fly to that point, but that's no fun. So like right now we're wandering through the world with 3 stink lines right into a wolf that should be up here fairly shortly, and reasonably nice travel weather. I mean, I can't complain. It's the middle of the day and nice and warm and coastal. But we'll see. There's just going to be some things that I am a little concerned about. The main one I'm concerned about is scurvy. They're going to give us scurvy as a condition. And for those of you that don't know what scurvy is, it is the when your body does not get enough vitamin C, you get a condition called scurvy, which is pretty debilitating, and it's not something that, you know, you probably want to experience. And for the most part, humans nowadays don't even know what it is, because of the simple fact that almost every food we eat nowadays has vitamin C in it. And I was thinking about this last night with a couple of friends on a Twitch stream about how we're going to deal with scurvy, and just in general, there's so many foods that we're already currently eating in this game that should contain a reasonably high amount of vitamin C that we shouldn't have the problem. The only problem that I'm seeing here, especially with long-term interloper players, is that most red meat won't have it for the most part. Now, that's not always the case, because certain organs inside red meat eaters can contain high concentration of vitamin C, especially bears, because bears, well, black bears like to eat a lot of, well, vegetables, I should say vegetation, vegetables, fruit, stuff like that. They're pretty good foragers for things. So I don't know how they're going to want to work that whole mess. I mean, I know I'm an outdoorsman. I like to play outdoors and do stupid stuff all the time. Rose hips, for that matter, are an incredible source of vitamin C, and along with several other things, they're an incredible source of antioxidants. They're actually very, very, very good for you. They're not very good for the plant, but they're very, very good for you as a person eating them, or a human, or an animal. They're high in nutritional value, and they're full of, like I said, vitamins, vitamin C, all those kinds of good things. Certain fish capable are, you know, reasonably okay with that stuff. Potatoes, vegetables, lots of kind of stuff have that in it. So I'm kind of wondering how they're planning on do that. And I guess we'll find out when the time comes, because it sounds very crippling to a long-term interloper player that if you get it, you're going to then have to treat yourself with whatever you're going to need to treat it for, with whatever, how they're planning on doing it. And even for those of you that are playing long term as well, in other difficulties, you know, stalker and lower, unless they implement it very well, and depending on what the debilitating qualities of it are, how badly it affects you as a player, whether it's something you can get over by just sleeping, or, you know, passing time, or taking a antibiotic or whatever, which that shouldn't make sense because it's literally a deficiency in a particular vitamin, so it's not something that you should be able to treat with antibiotics. Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. So we'll get over here past this loud waterfall, and we'll talk a little bit more. I think what the thing about that I'm thinking of, especially watching some of my other friends play and comparing them to how I play, all of those warm-up teas and all those teas you've been drinking and eating and doing all that kind of stuff way early in game, if they're going to want us to be saving rose hips and rishis for that kind of stuff, especially for that kind of a deal, we'll find out. Then warm-up teas, especially drinking the entire thing, you're going to be wanting to baby those teas completely. I don't know. We'll find out. It may change. It may be a massive change in how we play the game. And if that's the case, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun early game. At least early for these new players that are trying to figure out how to stay warm and not freeze to death. So, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Anyhow, we got to walk across the bridge. Do love this thing. It's quite fun. So, I guess the next big thing we're going to have to worry about is the new zone. They're going to give us the Langston mine. I didn't want to throw that. Goodbye, Torch. That's okay. No big deal. We'll pick another one up over here. The Langston mine, we're going to be getting a new zone, a new location, a new area to play in, which is supposedly highly contaminated, full of chemical spills and all kinds of nasty stuff. Which is going to be interesting because, again, we're kind of doing this over-dramatized, over-centralized kind of thing. If it's a big open pit mine, unless it's unless it's like a uranium mine or something along those lines, a big gigantic open pit mine, unless it completely floods, would be reasonably clean because of how things work. And that all depends on where you are and what's going on. I live in a state that has several national disaster area kind of things where people were just not taking care of stuff, and you know, that's back in the 1800s and earlier. So there's some stuff like that around, but they've been contained to a point where it's just in the one little area. If the entire zone is full of contamination and whatnot, then we're kind of playing along this line of, once again, doing a little bit of over dramatization is how things go. So it's kind of, we'll find out. The new wolves that they're talking about, they're poisoned wolves, and they've been living in the area. They're sick, they're not happy, they're hungrier, they're probably more desperate, and they'll probably, who knows, they say they're going to be worse, and if you get bit by one of them, you'll get a poison affliction, which who knows how that's going to work. Once again, probably have to take a pill or a medication or something, or it'll have to just kind of wear out and do whatever it needs to do. But just looking at the pictures, sorry, I'm taking a pause for a second. Looking at the pictures of what they have put on, yeah, unless it's really just whatever, it's not going to be that bad. I mean, I guess, I don't know. We'll see. I'm saying it now. Who knows? The worst part is they're going to put in the poison gas thing once again, and it's like the worst. That's like the worst thing to put into a game without having a decent solution for it. It's my most hated part of BlackRock, and my most hated part of episode 4 was that stupid mine full of gas and no way of being able to get around it. You know, a human can hold their breath a little bit. A person can hold their breath a little bit. They're not immediately just going to start inhaling poison gas when they encounter it. They're going to go, "Ooh, that's terrible. Let me hold my breath while I still have fresh air and walk a little bit and see how far I can see things," instead of running willy-nilly into a deal. And it's the same kind of a deal with the, you know, the knee-jerk reaction to people trying to make their, well, should say, be able to just have a really long playthrough by just eating, sleeping, passing time, eating, sleeping, passing time, eating, sleeping, passing time. So they made it at first so that you could only sleep until you were rested, and then you would have to pass time. And then they added cabin fever because of a leaderboard. You know, you give people a leaderboard, they'll do whatever they need to do to be able to make things happen. If you take the leaderboard away, then the stupidity of cabin fever goes away, the unnecessary part of it, like what reason why we took it off of this. I really am still not passing time. I'm not sitting around trying to make more days happen. I'm just, you know, doing what I need to do. And if you take away the stupidity of a leaderboard, or for that matter, take away the stupidity of a competition, then people don't do stupid things. So we'll see how this goes. They're supposedly going to give us a gas mask and chemical boots so that we should be able to walk around in the thing. However, we'll have to find that stuff while we're wandering around. And I don't know. We'll see. We shall see how it all goes. Where are we? Push that button. So, yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I'm again very kind of on the fence with this update, like I have been with most of them. I enjoy this game for what it is and the content that has been provided to us in the way that it has been provided to us over the years. And it just kind of seems like sometimes they're trying to really keep up with all of the popular thoughts and opinions and ideas of video games and culture and whatnot, which is why I mentioned the that EV charger in that gas station, which for however, with the stories that go on, I mean, like if you pay attention to story mode and the storylines that exist in that, the collapse happened, right? The collapse happened, and that was before or around the time that people were starting to worry about this dam and figure out a few other things, get the power plant going and whatnot. And then the power plant failed because of the collapse. Well, the collapse caused a reasonable amount of earthquakes all over the place, to the point that the infrastructure was damaged. Then, whenever that was, back in the 80s or the 90s or the 2000s, whatever that was, there would not be a method or a route or a way to get to that stupid EV charger. You know? 2015, when this game came out, or 14, when this game came out, name me one EV car that would require a plug-in, that would have been usable then. Mr. Wolf, are you here? We can stop talking about things for a while, I suppose. I think I kind of laugh about it. I still had a CRT monitor in 2005, 6, something like that. And if you go up there in that room up there, there's a bunch of them. So again, it's just that them trying to keep up with times and keep up with everybody else. So we'll see how this new update goes. Anyhow, we have food to cook if it'll let us. There should be a frying pan in here somewhere, right? Please tell me I'm not an idiot and got to walk all the way back to the other place. What did I do with that frying pan? Oh, I took it to Pleasant Valley, didn't I? Man, we're really doing well. Again, we just need to kind of move our butts towards that zone anyway. Let's see, where are we? I'm going to haul some more fish, I suppose. I'm going to check a couple of things here. I could make a deer. No, I can't. See, this is the other thing I don't care for. I can't take this, right, and put it into a pie because it's cooked. I'm sorry. That doesn't make any sense to me. Let me get a little bit of work going, then we're going to go on down the tracks, pick up a couple of things, and get moving. Yes, I'm going to have to carry all that through there, and I'm going to bring some more coffee, because why not? I don't want that pill. I want all those. Thank you. Bring those two. And have a drink of water. Okay, I think we have her sorted for the minute. I am going to go outside and gather up our fish. And hey, looks like we might even have another one of these. Maybe? Yes? Wonderful. Cool. So we can carry a torch from here to there. Once again, that's nice. So I guess we can speak on the rest of this since we have to go all the way to the camp office because I am a moron and I took the frying pan that was here to Pleasant Valley, which is fine. That's okay. We need to go that direction anyway. So have what's left of that steak. There wasn't a whole lot left. Unfortunately, I don't have any type of, well, carrying capacity helper at this point, so we're going to be heavy, but that's okay. How heavy are we now? That might be a little slow. That's okay. I'm going to bring a few things. I went ahead and cleaned up some of our materials. We had a little bit of degradation on our boots and our stuff like that, and went ahead and fixed the bedroll so that we're ready to go. Again, we're just going to walk down the line and speak of the last couple of things that I think are going to be kind of interesting, at least finally. You know, I guess they're going to call this quality of life or whatever. It's stuff that people have complained about for quite a long time, or at least I should say complained about, asked about for quite a long time. And actually, let's just do this the easy way. We'll go to the lake instead of... Maybe what I should do is go this direction instead. Let's go over the hill over here, just in case, since we are kind of stinky. And I probably should... Well, I'm going to save these for later. We're going to go ahead and harvest a bunch of cattails once we get to the muskeg, or at least when I get back to the muskeg. And we'll just bring a bunch of stuff with us like that. Hopefully this torch stays lit for a while. It'd be kind of nice if it did. But we're going to go take the safe route, which is up and over the top of this hill, since we are stinky. And I also kind of wanted to look at the normal stuff that we normally do over here, since we're going into a area that we have no idea about anything. We're going to try to make sure... Is that one right there? Is that a stick? It is a piece of bark.
I'm so cold. I'm warming up a bit.
It's always a good idea when going into an unknown area to bring a lot of, well, health-related materials, things that will allow you to regain your health should you get beaten up on by something. Granted, we don't know what kind of something we're going to be seeing. Maybe we get another Dark Walker, who knows? We'll find out. We're going to learn the next step in the Signal Void series. They're going to give us some more information about that. I'm assuming we're probably going to have to go... if we have to go do the same thing we did before, running around doing all kinds of more towers. I mean, that was another one of the discussions we kind of had the other day, as to whether or not they're going to force us to go back to the other two locations if you didn't put the... you get the transmitter in Blackrock working and the transmitter in... Desolation Point working. I would wondering maybe they might decide to make us go back over there to continue that series or that storyline. That would be interesting and at least kind of funny, but we'll see how that all goes when the time comes. She's gonna break her ankle here in a second unless I can find a spot to get rid of that. There we go. Whatever. Fine. As long as it's sprained ankle, we don't care. We can fix ankles. Glass ankles, Astrid. And I think the next thing when I want to talk about, I suppose, is going to be the first-person hand animations are going to be added for harvesting, which is going to be an interesting thing. You'll get a... looking at the way they're saying it here, you're going to get a harvesting animation, plus if it's an animal or whatnot, you're going to see which tool you used to harvest the animal. So I'm kind of figuring something along the lines of maybe what, well, I don't know. I guess we'll see how it works. I mean, I know like there are other games like Stranded Deep and Red Dead and all those kinds of things that when you harvest something, you get to see what it is that you harvested as you harvest it. So it might be an interesting thing to see what they did finally, instead of the little circle that always kind of broke my immersion. I'm kind of hoping they eventually do that as well with the searching stuff. So when you're searching cabinets or things like that, or containers, that you don't just see the little dial. You get to see maybe a box opening and your hand rummaging through it instead of a dial. Dials are kind of boring and easy and you know, simple stuff like that. So we'll see. And of course, I think some of the other biggest interesting thing that we can kind of compare right now is the fact that Astrid does not have what she currently has on her hand. So we have a bear coat on with a wolf coat underneath of it and rabbit skin mitts, yet she is wearing, well, I don't want to go down there. Nope, go up here. Stay up here. She is wearing the sweater or the jacket that she wears in story when you first meet her. So it's one of those things. They're going to give us hand coverings and arm coverings based on what you're currently wearing, which is pretty cool, finally. So it's about time on that one, too. It's been a really, really long time waiting for those kinds of things. So, yeah, we'll just we'll see how it all works out. It should be an interesting content release all the way around. There's going to be some stuff. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of people complaining about it. It's the long-term scurvy. Just I don't know how they plan on helping us out. And again, if you're going to have to save, because if you're going to have to save certain foods because of the fact that it's going to treat scurvy, then you're going to have to eat a lot more of the foods that give you scurvy. And eventually, depending on how long-term, long runs go, you may or may not be able to make it to the times and dates and whatnots that we've been used to making it to. You know, that 500 days in-game, it might be a whole heck of a lot more work now than it used to be. So we may have problems, we may have issues, and we did remember to bring some stuff. Good deal. Awesome. Please tell me I left a frying pan here. I'm pretty certain I left several frying pans here. All right, cool. Let's go upstairs. We'll light us a fire and cook 2 more things. There's all my pots. I forgot. We brought all kinds of neat stuff here. Light a fire. Alrighty then. This out.
Come on, little fire.
Oh, I'm not worried about this. Come on, little fire. Why is this on the floor? I thought I put you over there. You sit right there. Good, 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 good. Give it a piece of coal. Don't really want to waste a piece of coal, but we're going to because that's all we've got. Add fuel. I don't know what's going on with my mouse today. And cook. 2 more things, finally. Coastal fish cakes. Cook, please. And cook. What do I need for this one? Dock workers pie, you need water. Oh, please tell me I have water. Please tell me I have water. Please. I do. Thank you. I guess I have water all over the place. Whatever. Get some water. Let's go. 2 more things to add to the list. Thank you very much. Dock workers pie, no more fish problems. Alrighty, there's 4 in that plate. Do we get 4? Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, hang on a second. That just... So that's 1,200 calories from a part of a fish. Hang on a second. That's a considerable reduction in weight. Yeah, 1.1 pounds of rainbow trout. 5 ounces of water. I can't really gather that out. That's not a whole lot of a deal. One of these oils. How much does one of these weigh? Drop 1. 1.1. So that's legitimately like 2 pounds of lost weight. 2 pounds of weight. Even, yeah, about 2 pounds of weight that turns into a half a pound. At 1,200 calories, that gives you max stamina, more carry weight, and reduction in cabin fever. Wow, I wished I'd have brought more trout. Holy cow, that is ridiculously good. Huh. Well, I was going to say we were going to drop those off, but no. That's... Wow, that's insane. That might be my new favorite thing outside of the pies. The only problem with that is like those potatoes. Again, potatoes are gone. So now you're looking at saying, what do you want to deal with things? What takes a potato? That takes a potato. I believe that takes 2 potatoes. Yeah. That's awful. These are terrible then. So there's no reason to make any of these. Ever. The new ones over here, there's no reason to make any of these at all. According to that, when this is all better. Wow. Okay, well, let's see what this is going to do. I guess we can, I'm not going to fix her. She can, we're going to sleep. We're going to end up cooking all this stuff anyway. I just want to see how good this is. What time is it? We got 9 minutes. Give stick real quick. Just one stick for now, just to keep the fire going. Take you, gourmet dock workers pie. That's 1,800 calories. Let's see what this looks like. So that's going to give us more max condition, reduction in stamina, condition. Ooh, that's good to know. And cabin fever reduction. So there's a good point for you. We're sitting on, let me do this real quick. If I go in and out and pause, I can actually do the math on this really quickly. Let me go in and out, save the game. And then I can look at the screen to see exactly how much of our condition we are currently at. So saving, exit, quit, confirm, survival, load. She is currently at 88% condition. Load game. Eat that thing. We got the whole thing down. Our bar is now completely full. Oh, wow. Let's go look at that real quick. 100% condition plus. Wow, that's cool. All right, well, that's another one of those. Those are the kinds of foods you want to eat when you're definitely hurt. I could make one more of those, or I make another pie. I don't know. I might make fish cake. Well, I can't make fish cake pies because we're pretty well done. Let's just... I'm going to hang on to what we've got then, I suppose. I'm not going to... I might bring one of these. Which one's the better of the two? Okay. I am going to, again, call it right there. We've got all the cooking done that we needed to get cooking. I was going to bring all that stuff back over to... Whoa, 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 whoa. You're not done cooking. Light. Let's just go ahead and cook those fish while you're at it. We'll cook a few more fish, get this over with, and yeah, then we'll deal with tomorrow. Then we'll deal with the next episode. So we'll put that down. You can cook a gamey coho salmon. You can cook a gamey rockfish. We'll do that. We'll leave those for our later self since we had a fire again. Not really worried about the coal. We'll pick up plenty more of that later. And I might go ahead, since there's at least an hour on that fire, make a little bit of water. Sure. Put that down, make a little bit more. How long have I got? An hour? Cool. Cool. All right. So we'll do that. We'll go ahead and get ourselves ready for the next episode. Probably, like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and walk from here to the depot, and we'll probably just either time-lapse that or do whatever and have a little bit of fun with it. And then hopefully the next time I see you guys, if it drops today or tomorrow, I probably will go ahead and record the next episode and have it up before Saturday. We might get 3 or 4, 2 or 3, depending on how much I want to go. Since I have the capability of catching this one this time, I think we'll probably try to be on the train this time. So I will see you all later. I hope you guys are excited for some more content. I know I am. I think it's going to cause a bit of a stir and uproar and all that kind of fun stuff, but I think we're going to enjoy it. So until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. We got our cooking done, or at least we got most of the cooking done that I wanted to do. So I will see you all in the next one. Bye.